This case isn't just about it's about a murder, a cover-up, and a courtroom torn between justice and mercy. Julia Wade stands accused of lying to a grand jury, hiding the identity of someone law enforcement believes pulled the trigger at a rodeo gone horribly wrong. She's a single mother with no prior felonies, but the prosecutor says she holds the key to solving a brutal homicide. Will the judge show Mershawar, make her pay for what she didn't say? Buckle up, because what happens next is both jaw-dropping and infuriating.
Julia Wade, and Ms. Wade was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to aggravated perjury. The agreement was for probation. The length of time and type of probation was all left up to the court. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I've received that pre-sentence report, as well as some letters that the defense counsel has provided of support for Ms. Wade. Has everyone had an opportunity to review all of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections to that pre-sentence report?
The only correction, it stated that Mrs. Wade's driver's license had expired, but it expires in 2030. So her driver's license is good. So that's the only.
Okay. Mr. Coleman.
Nothing with regard to the PSI, just a brief argument. It is on the court's ready to hear.
Sure. Ms. Holmes, I'll let you go ahead with the argument.
Yes, Your Honor.
So let's pause here. What exactly is aggravated perjury? And why is it so serious? It's not just lying under oath, it's lying in a way that affects justice. And in this case, Julia Wade allegedly lied about who was in a car tied to a murder. But her attorney is painting a sympathetic picture. A single mom, 0 prior felonies, low risk to reoffend. She's asking the judge for deferred adjudication, which would keep a felony off her record if she completes probation. But here's the twist. This lie might be the reason a killer is still walking free. What do you think? Should Julia get a second chance, or is this too big to forgive? Let us know in the comments.
Thank you. Your Honor, I've had the opportunity to speak with Ms. Wade on several occasions, and in regards to this aggravated perjury, this is a third-degree felony. Ms. Wade, prior to this happening, has no criminal history, 0 criminal history. The only thing is on the date of this incident at this trail ride, Zydeco, she was in an altercation with a young lady in which she was charged with an assault, in which she has successfully completed deferred adjudication for the misdemeanor. She has no felony criminal history. She understands the ramifications of being untruthful in regards to who she was in a car with. She was a passenger in a vehicle, and that is what she was indicted for, as to being untruthful as to who all was in this vehicle that she was a passenger in. Your Honor, we understand when testifying, when she was subpoenaed to testify in front of this grand jury, that you need to be truthful, and she understands that. And moving forward, she wants that opportunity to show that she can continue to be a productive citizen in society, and she's asking for that second chance. We are obviously asking for a deferred adjudication in this matter. We believe that this is a case that should be afforded that opportunity for Ms. Wade. She is a single parent who provides for her son. She works hard. She has, as I stated, no other history. And as you can see on the evaluation in this PSI, it's indicated a low risk level, which we feel is very important for the court to know, because it suggests that offenders who are rated as low often self-correct. And we believe that Ms. Wade will self-correct and understand her actions moving forward in life, but we do want her to have that second chance to be able to complete a deferred adjudication so she does not have a felony conviction on her record. We know that this is a court of second chances. We've seen several times people who I believe sometimes have more heinous crimes that get the opportunity at deferred adjudicated probation. And I believe that Ms. Wade should have that opportunity as well. We do know that obviously short decision, Your Honor, in regards to that, and in regards to the length of time, being that this is a third-degree felony, we are asking if the court grants Ms. Wade this deferred adjudication, if it could be in the range of possibly 3 to 5 years, as opposed to the maximum 10. It states that she lacks prior felony convictions that suggest that this incident may represent an aberration rather than a pattern of criminal behavior. In addition, it states in this PSI that her stable employment, parental responsibilities, and minimal prior criminal records support the feasibility of probation as a means to rehabilitate rather than to punish. And we feel like having a straight probation will be more of a punishment rather than a rehabilitation, so that she can self-correct and be productive and have that opportunity to move forward in life without this conviction. So, Your Honor, we are asking for deferred adjudication in the range of 3 to 5 years if possible, so that Ms. Wade can prove that this will not happen again.
Thank you, Ms. Holmes. Mr. Coleman?
Your Honor, Ms. Holmes characterized her lie to the grand jury as just simply a lie about being in who she was in the car with. She lied about being in the car with someone who law enforcement strongly suspects had just shot up an innocent man at a Zydeco trail ride rodeo arena. That's what she lied about, Judge. Law enforcement suspects and has good information that she was present when this innocent man was shot by this suspect who she lied about riding in the car with. Law enforcement has good reason to believe, and I believe as well, that she holds the key, has information that could bring that family of the defendant some justice, some closure, and help solve that unsolved murder and prosecute the person that's responsible for it, Judge. The nature and the gravity of this offense requires, Judge, it pains me to even have to offer probation, Judge, but there are certain realities that I have to deal with and that necessitate me making this offer of probation. That family has to live with the loss of their loved one and possibly that crime not being solved. And if they can live with that, Judge, this defendant can live with a felony conviction on her record for not, in my opinion, being completely truthful, providing all the information that she has. It is tantamount to obstruction or hindering a prosecution what this defendant has done and what she continues to do, Judge. She's fortunate that all I can do at this point is offer straight post-conviction probation and not tear up with your bills. I am imploring the court, please, to put her on a straight probation, post-conviction probation, Judge, with as many conditions as the court sees fit.
And here's where the courtroom hits peak intensity. The prosecutor isn't pulling punches. He says, Julia Wade didn't just lie, she obstructed justice. By protecting someone suspected of murder, she may have denied a grieving family the truth. He even says it pains him to offer probation. That's rare. You can hear the frustration in his voice. This isn't just about punishment, it's about the weight of a death unsolved. And when the judge echoes those sentiments, you realize how close this case was to going the other way. This isn't just a courtroom drama, it's a moral crossroads. Who's protecting whom, and at what cost?
So, Ms. Wade, I don't know if you've been in here all morning, but I've had a couple of tough sentencings. The information that you he's right. You know, we're not just talking about some crime, we're talking about a murder that you lied about. That still, when maybe never will be resolved. So I understand and agree with Mr. Coleman. The other side of that, other than that day, you've never been in trouble. And I don't know if there's a fear, if there's someone pressuring you, or those types of things, which I wouldn't be surprised of based on the people that we were dealing with regard to that murder charge. Ms. Holmes is correct, though, that, there are offers and agreements every day in here for worse offenses, where I do give deferred probation, where people actually shoot people in aggravated assaults and things like that, and robberies. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to give you an opportunity today and defer all proceedings and place you on probation. I am going to place you on probation for 10 years. So Ms. Holmes gets part of what she wants, and hopefully Mr. Coleman will feel a little more secure knowing that you will be under probation's watch for up to 10 years. I am going to order a $1,000 fine, order that you follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Now, that is going to include, and I don't know what relationship you had with anyone that was in that vehicle, but you will be ordered as a condition of your probation to have no contact or communication with any of them. That includes John Gutierrez and Shamar Johnson and Patrick Charles. Okay, are those the three?
Yes, sir.
Can I say something? Shamar Johnson is We have the same niece.
They're related.
We're related.
Okay. Well, you can't go to family members. You can't be around them right now until I give you permission to be around them. So if there's a family get-together, one of you gets to go and one of you doesn't. That's part of the consequences of your actions. Okay? He was in the truck also, and I don't know what he knows or did, but obviously everybody that was in that vehicle probably has some information about something terrible that happened that day. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been the lies told. So you don't get to be around him, period. Do you understand? Okay. If you do everything that you're supposed to while you're on this probation, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have a felony conviction on your record. Oh, sorry. And if you successfully complete the probation, then you will never have a felony conviction. The case will be dismissed. The other side of that, however, is if you violate any condition of probation at all, you'll be brought back into court and you could be found guilty and you could be sent to prison for up to 10 years. Do you understand? Yes, sir.
Sorry to interrupt, Your Honor. Would the court entertain or at least consider some jail time as a condition of his probation? And if any of the alternative, maybe a condition of serving at least 1 day or 1 weekend in jail on the anniversary of the death of the victim in this case.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. She is not charged with murder.
And I was fighting.
Hold on. I'm not, here's the thing, Miss, hold on, it's fine. Miss, I appreciate, that Miss Richards I'm not going to put her in jail today if she's taking care of a child. But here's the thing, Miss Richards, some people, I'm sorry, Miss Wade, I was looking at the wrong thing, Miss Wade. A lot of people, and Miss Holmes can tell you this, there was a time, where I would give probation. People would come back, they'd mess up. Sometimes I'm given some extra chances. Those days are gone. This is your chance. This is your chance. So if you violate, I can assure you that if we're standing in here, this man right here is going to remind me of what I should have done the first time with the conviction and possibly prison or send you to jail up front. So you need to do everything you're supposed to. Follow all of the rules, and if you do that, again, this is your opportunity to put this behind you, continue living your life like it looks like the rest of the way you've been living it, other than on that day, hopefully. Right? Makes sense? Did I already hand you? I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation will call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork.
I do have a question. She lives in Texas City. I mean, that's Galveston County. Will she have the opportunity to transfer?
Talk to probation today when she calls you up about where you live, and they'll have to do the appropriate paperwork, and it'll be transferred.
So, what's the final verdict? Julia Wade received deferred adjudication and 10 years of probation avoiding a felony for now. But make no mistake, this is a high-stakes sentence. If she slips up once, she could serve a decade behind bars. The judge made it clear, this is her one and only chance. No contact with the others in that car. No excuses. This ruling threads a tight legal needle balancing compassion for a first-time offender with the public need for accountability. But will this second chance lead to redemption or regret? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. See you in the next one.